We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp môi cấp nhớ thiết chúng sanh. Tín chiến diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sa Đan Thô Sư Chế Đô Ye La Hư Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Ta Đạc Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou ci yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Zhi, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good knowing advisor Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、智者、大士、师父、上人、各位出家人、各位善知识Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Trí Giả Đại Sư, Hòa Thượng Điên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 21st of September 2024. We're here at Go Force to continue just discussing the Vimalakirti Sutra. We're on chapter 1, talking about description about the state of the Bodhisattvas, the enlightened beings, the workhorses in Buddhism. Okay, the Buddhas has the big master plan, but it's the Bodhisattvas who actually make it happen. So here we are on slide 113, where it says the Bodhisattvas have transcended, thank you, all coverings and fetters. Last week we talked about, 2 weeks ago we talked about coverings, and last week we started talking about fetters. Okay, fetters are the 10 of them. They are the afflictions that bind, meaning if you have these afflictions, it's very extremely difficult for you to detach, to let go. Okay, and last week we talked extensively, we discussed extensively the first two, no shame, no remorse. As a reminder, no shame is inside, there's no shame. They know clearly it's wrong, but they don't feel bad at all. Okay, when they do it, nothing would stop them. So because inside, there's no shame at all. Okay, it's all about serving themselves. No remorse. Remorse is the other side of shame. Shame is inside, remorse is outside. If you have shame, then naturally outside is reflected in your behavior. It goes hand in hand, okay? Because you have shame, then naturally you have remorse, okay? You have no shame, then usually you have no remorse at all. And to me, personally, it's fascinating because it's so insightful. My experience has been professionally out there as well, as a monk as well. These are the worst kinds of people to have around. The no shame, no remorse. Because basically, they're evil. They're so evil. Okay? That they only know themselves. They are prepared to sell their children. They're not listening. Okay? They will stop at nothing to get their fix. There's no evil they will not do. That's why they're extremely, extremely dangerous. Because if you go near them, eventually they will hurt you. Okay? And that's my experience professionally out there, and also at the temple as well. There's some people at the temple, most of them left already. Don't worry, there's still some. We need them for training purposes. Okay? We keep those people around because when they bite, it really, really hurts. And they have no shame, no remorse at all. And that's why we keep them around, because then you hurt by them and you turn around and say, Master, how could you let it happen to me? And I say very calmly, it's called Great Assembly Training, honey. Okay? So be careful for you, okay? You don't know who they are until eventually time will tell that these people really have no shame, no remorse whatsoever. If that's the case, if I were you, I would put as much distance between me and them as possible. Because no good's going to happen to you, guarantee. Nothing. And in particular, if you benefit from them at all, it's that benefit came from the blood of someone else's. Okay? That's how bad it is. Okay? Be careful. Okay. Enough of that. Any questions? Comments? Yeah. Number three of the fetters is jealousy. It's amazing. You look at the order here. The order really, really matters. Okay? Because 1 and 2 are extremely, extremely difficult to undo. I don't know of many people who can change these people. Okay? All right? And certainly Master YongHua, my teacher, never could change his disciples who have no shame, no remorse. Okay? Number 3, jealousy. Okay? Jealousy is a lot more commonplace than you think. Who's jealous? 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's a common affliction. It's just as common as the flu. Okay, everyone has it. Isn't it sad? The state of humanity in the U.S. I didn't see you raise your hand. South Carolina. Jealous? Seriously? Something wrong with you. You're jealous because someone has something that you cannot have. It was very difficult for you to get. Okay? And therefore, jealousy arises internally. It's a natural for us. Why is that? Because we live in the desire realm where everyone has so many desires. And when you have desires that are unmet and someone else has what he or she wants, naturally we get jealous. Okay? It's a way of life here in the desire realm. Except for one person. Would you believe? Only one person is not jealous. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Defend yourself. Explain yourself.
Master, I have a confession to make. I used to be jealous of a lot of people at the temple because the temple is an intimidating place. There's always somebody better than you. And when I was newer, I was jealous of the people that had more blessings and could sit longer. But as I continued to keep coming and practicing and getting more blessings, then
you realize they're all losers.
And then I realized I was more on the same page with them.
Yeah, they're losers.
And yeah. Okay.
So no need to be jealous of losers. You'd never be jealous of losers. Okay, good explanation. How disappointing, huh? Quite a wake-up call you have. Okay, so jealousy, it's a common affliction. Okay, it's so pervasive. Okay, so what do we do? You know it's a problem we all have. So what are we supposed to do? You learn about it. It's a problem, so there must be an antidote. When the Buddha talks about problem, usually there's an antidote. Yes, DTT.
네, 마스터 제가
Speaking of
예전에 제
jealousy.
여동생 네, 마스터 제가 좀 편하게 쉽게 날로 먹는 사람을 질투하고요. 네.
Hey, white face lady. How come we all age except you? You've been coming here like 5 years now? Huh? She looks the same as 5 years ago. Actually, she looks younger than 5 years ago. We all look older than 5 years ago. Okay, yeah. Pull up your hair a little bit more. So what happened? How come you look younger? You feel any different or what? Never mind. Go continue. I'm sorry.
마스터께서 제가 예전에 2022년도 봄에 마스터께서 한국에 오셨었을 때 제가 제 여동생을 이제 질투한다고 말씀을 드렸었어요. 네.
Yeah, one texting in before I forget. I want you to get me some bronze for my face tomorrow. I want to be a true Republican. Go ahead, sorry.
Master, when you come to Korea 2022 spring, I told you that I jealous my sister.
Yeah,
네,
I remember that.
네, 제 여동생이 이제 별로 하는 것도 없이 성과도 부모님한테 그러니까 가족에 기여하는 바도 없이 저랑 똑같이 혜택을 누렸었거든요. 네.
She didn't do anything. She didn't contribute to family, but she get the same benefit like me.
I know, so unfair.
네, 마스터 맞습니다. 근데 여동생은 이제 화이트 얼굴이고 저는 이제 옐로우 얼굴인 거죠.
So my sister is white. I'm yellow.
So
그래서
racist.
그때
I can't
네,
stand.
마스터께서 어떤 저한테 해결책을 주셨냐면 수의공덕 찬탄하라고 하셨었어요.
So your suggestion is to rejoice.
To what?
Rejoice.
Rejoice. Okay.
수의공덕 찬탄하라고 새벽 예불에 저희가 매일 하잖아요. 1자 칭찬부터 해서 5자 수의공덕 그 5번째를 하라고 하셨었어요. 그래서 제가 효과도 봤었고요. 네.
So we recite it in the every morning ceremony. So I did it, and then I got the benefit.
그래서 제가 시기질투가 일어나는 대상이 일어날 때마다 그 사람한테 좋은 일이 생겼을 때 그 사람한테 좋은 일이 일어나는 바로 그 포인트를 수의공덕 찬탄했고 그것이 저의 질투를 줄이는 데 많은 도움을 받았던 것 같아요.
So whenever I got jealous, when I see something good happen to others, I rejoice to that thing happening to them. So that reduces my jealous.
But did you mean it?
네, 마스터 그랬습니다. 마스터 인스트럭션이 있기 때문에 그렇게 했습니다. 반드시.
Yes, I did, because that's your instruction.
Okay. So what's your point? Are you still jealous?
여동생에 대해서는 질투가 이제는 없어요.
I have no more jealous to my sister.
But you're more jealous about others. So you moved your jealousy to your sister, to others. Yeah?
그러니까 종종 질투가 일어나는데
True? Yeah.
종종 일어나는데 잘 부를 거예요, 덕분에.
Sometimes I got the jealous, but I can let it go.
Okay. Very good. So there's still a problem, a jealousy problem. I'm glad you brought it up.
있다고
Yes, you're still
생각합니다.
jealous. Yeah.
네, 여전히 갖고 있습니다.
Yes, I still have that problem.
Mm-hmm. See? Problem not solved. You think that, a young-looking person would be so jealous. Yeah. Okay. So what do we do with the jealousy thing here? It's a real epitome here, Most of us are jealous. We are jealous. Okay? So what to do? Okay? Let me tell you. It's natural to be jealous because we cannot get what we want. Okay? So therefore we're jealous. Okay? So first thing you do is you need to repent. Okay? Because if you don't repent, the seed of jealousy there is still there. And it will multiply and multiply and multiply. This is why you need to, when we do great compassion repentance, bounded Buddha and so forth, actually it's a form of repentance where you're actually eliminating, destroying these seeds of jealousy. So if it really, for some people who are really jealous, especially in our environment, where Master has a big mouth and he keeps on bragging about his disciples, this one get in line, the other get in line, this is 1A, 2G, and so forth. It's like Vietnam, ăn cơm bữa. Oh, today is cơm bữa, The Vietnamese, the expression is like eating lunch. Yeah. Okay, and so many people have improved so much, left and right, and therefore you feel insecure and you feel jealous. Okay, and if you hide it, okay, the last thing you want to do is to deny and hide it. Okay, so you want to admit it. Okay, like one of my disciples in DTT, she admitted she's jealous. Because we could tell already. Every time she's jealous, the face is kind of green. She turn green, from white to green. Yeah, it's a English expression. I'm green with jealousy. Yeah, because when Americans are jealous, the orange face turn green. You pay attention. I'm Republican today. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so you need to repent because you want to destroy those seeds, the troublesome seeds. Okay? Number 2, it's not about fooling yourself. It's about admitting that we have a weakness. Okay? And then you have to learn to what? I said repent already. You have to understand, especially in our environment. I'm telling you, I admit to you that many of our people have a jealousy issues because for some people, they make progress so quickly, so easily, it's unreal. Okay? Like I favor them or something. And therefore, it's natural for people to be jealous. Okay? It's just so natural. Okay? And therefore, you need to understand, especially in our environment, okay? I do things for a purpose. In our environment, you have to understand when someone improves, instead of being jealous, you should be happy. Why? Because when they improve, the whole community improves. It's like someone improves, becomes enlightened, then they shine a light. They improve, they shine brighter. So it helps everyone, not just themselves. So why should you be jealous? Because it's to your advantage. It's so petty and stupid to be jealous because it's beneficial to us. You're only jealous because you didn't know that it's good for you. Okay? And finally, to complete the instruction, number 3 is what I taught white-faced young lady, that you should be more magnanimous and say, 随喜功德, you rejoice in others' merit and virtue. Something good happened to them, you should be, oh, I'm very happy for you. Okay? So, can we go celebrate on cow? See? That's, all right? That's how you deal with jealousy. Okay, number 4, stinginess. Isn't it interesting? For some people, stinginess comes before jealousy. Anyone? Especially Master YongHua disciples. Very stingy. Not true? For them, I think 3 and 4 are the same level. Okay, stingy. It's you stingy because? Why are we stingy? Why are we stingy? 4.
Because you don't have enough yourself.
You don't have enough yourself. So what does it mean?
Not enough blessings.
No. We poor. Once you come from poverty, if you come from a poor background, it's natural for you, even after you become rich, to be still stingy. Because it sticks in your head, in your psyche. The need there, the neediness, that the what you wanted, you couldn't have. Okay? It sticks in you. Yes, go ahead, the stingy lady. 3, 5.
I feel you stingy because you're afraid of get lost. You want to take advantage from others.
Yeah. You see, rich people, they're all so stingy. But they're not as stingy as we are because they have a fear. They fear to look bad. For we poor people, we look bad already. It doesn't matter. So stinginess is a sickness of poor people. Agree or disagree? She disagrees. Okay, never mind. Okay, so stinginess is a lot more commonplace than you think. And the way to counter stinginess is what? What do you do when you realize you're stingy? Yes, four.
Giving more and more.
You give more. It's two words. Give more. You give today, tomorrow give more. Next day, give more and more and more. That is the Buddhist antidote to stinginess. You don't give. If you give, and say, you're stingy, you say, oh, I should give. So you give $1. $1. Tomorrow I give one more $1. That will not cure your stinginess and will not cure your poverty level either. Because deep down, in order for you to undo your stinginess, is become rich. No two ways about it. Only when you feel rich, that's when you can get rid of your stinginess. He disagrees. A Vietnam person. Because you haven't felt rich yet. That's why you're still stingy. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, I know quite a few rich people in the film industry.
They're stingy?
Like very rich.
Yeah?
They're stingy as, but they will lavish on themselves. But when it comes to their employees and to things, you know, their workers and such, very stingy.
Yes.
And I don't think they were ever poor.
You really struggle with my teachings, don't you? But I forgive you. You're young, so. Deep down, okay? Deep down. It's not about the level of money you have, it's about how you feel inside. One day, when such people who you feel are rich but stingy, one day they wake up and say, I'm so rich. That's when they no longer are stingy. That's the difference. You may have a lot of money, but you're still stingy because you don't feel rich. Very important distinction. It's not about the absolute amount of money or assets you have. Okay? It's about how you feel about it. Okay? Anyone else? Stingy, 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 stingy. Everyone's stingy here. This is my curse. I only have stingy disciples. Yes, too.
I saw somebody collecting bottles, and then real quick, I just gave him $2, and I said, hey, it's going to take forever just to make $2 getting that. And he just appreciated it. It was like I gave him $100 because it was like a principle of it. So sometimes it's more of like the act of it. And
$100? Wait.
No, I mean I gave him $2, but he was excited. It was like he acted like I gave him $100 the way. Because to some people they're so rich, even $100 is like $1.
No, it's not $2, my friend. It's a fact that you just give freely. They're not used to it, because I've seen those people at roast meat. Our area is not that well off, so around when it gets dark, that's when they show up. See, Xian Tung brings out the garbage bins, and usually it's only after dark they show up. And they open and stick their head in there, okay? Yeah. And it's not so much the amount of money. They walk around with this complex inferiority. We are the undesirables, okay? We cannot show our face in public while we do this. So when you show up and say, okay, here's $5 or something, or $2, they're very, very happy that you have considerations for them. One night I walked out there and I got some Perrier bottles. And again, please don't give me any more Perriers. When I say these things, I kind of cringe. I don't need any more Perrier bottles. But I got the Perrier bottles and brought it out. And as I walked out towards the garbage bin, an Asian-looking person was carrying a bag, plastic bag. And he's walking, and he saw me, he's going towards our garbage bin, okay? He immediately changed direction. He went to the other side of the street. So I went to our blue garbage bin, opened it up and dropped my paper and so forth, and I kept 2 bottles of Perrier's. I put it on the street. I look over to him, the other side of the street, and I ask him, would you like to have these bottles? He said, yeah, thank you. So I left there, I walked away. Okay? So my point being that they know they're not desired, they're not wanted. So for you to show consideration, they really appreciate it. So next time, give $5. Give more, remember? Give more and more and more. That's how you fight stinginess. You too.
Master, there's a comment from L to D. If you don't pay your debts financially, you will pay them back in a different way, such as health, depression, etc.
Correct. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. I have a question. If someone has 10,000, another one has 1,000, they donate the same amount, $100. It's the same? Are they created the same blessings?
I appreciate them equally. Is that what you mean? Be direct with me. Is it the same? It's not as simple. It's many variables. It's about the kind of losses that you're willing to incur. Giving here, when we talk about stinginess, the antidote is to practice giving. Okay, giving fundamentally is about how much you're willing to take as losses. It's one of the most difficult things to do is, when is it enough? Okay? And you give to people, and the answer is, it's never enough. Get used to it. Okay? So that's why it doesn't matter. That's why we just give more and more and more. And that's how we let go of our stinginess. At that point, when you feel rich, that's when you no longer are stingy. You still give and you still think, oh, I'm giving, I'm giving this kind of money, this and that. It's because you still don't feel rich yet. You will get rich, but not yet. Okay? And the case in point, there is an example in the Buddhist anecdotes where a big monk at a temple in one day told his disciples to sweep the grounds cleanly, prepare a Buddha hall, okay, and expect an important guest to come to the temple. And so his disciples worked feverishly, sweeping the grounds in front of the Buddha hall, okay, and cleaning the Buddha hall and so forth, okay, and they waited, expecting someone to come, and then a beggar showed up. And he said, "Can I see the abbot?" And sure enough, the monk turned around and saw the abbot waiting. The abbot came out, "Oh, you came, finally, please come in." And so the beggar say, Today I'd like to make a donation." Okay? Side story. I met such a beggar when I first started. I was very, very poor. Poorer than today. Put it that way. Okay? I went to Bosa to buy some banh mi, authentic banh mi. Okay? And a homeless person was watching me the whole time. Okay? And when I bought the stuff from the store, came out, he approached me and said, "Hello." I said, "Hi." And he says, "Where do you live?" I said, "Oh, I live in Long Beach." He says, "Okay, I've been homeless for over 10 years. And I said, oh, he's going to ask me for money. Damn. I was stingy. That's me. So I said, "Oh, really? So life must be tough for you." He says, "No, I'm fine. But after 10 years, I have a problem." I said, "What? What is your problem? Talk to Daddy." And he says, "I have $10,000. I don't know what to do with it. I don't need $10,000. I was so happy." I say, "And how can I help you?" But in this case here, the beggar who came to see the abbot walked into the Buddha hall and said, "I would like to donate some oil for your oil light." And he picked out a penny and said, "This is my donation." Okay? And then the abbot, looked so happy. He said, "Oh, thank you so much for your donation." Chinese people, what can I say? and after the beggars left, the abbot took that penny there, that sou, whatever, and then they bought some oil and bought the oil and added to that oil lamp. Okay, and his disciples, the abbot's disciple, asked, "Master, what happened? What happened to the big VIP guests we're expecting?" The abbot said, "That was it." Okay, and he said, "I don't believe it. How could it be a big VIP?" And it turns out that not long after, there's a rich merchant who came over and said, "Where's the abbot?" And the disciple look at him, because you can tell from the clothes they wear, unlike you guys. If you're rich, you don't wear a t-shirt. Come on, man. You don't do that. Okay, so the guy, his clothes and his chair, you can tell he's rich. And by the way, side comment, when in Lu Mountain Temple, I can tell people rich because the first time I saw a Vietnamese lady driving an S Mercedes-Benz. Anyway, I look at cars, And he walked in and said, "I'd like to make a donation to support the temple." And pull out like $1,000. And the abbot, he said, "Okay, put it in a donation box," and walked away. And so the disciple said, "I don't get it. How can you treat a big donor like that? Whereas you roll out the red carpet for a beggar?" The abbot says, You see, that penny there is all the beggar has. He saved up and even skipped some of his meals to save up 1 penny's worth to donate to the temple. Whereas the other guy, $1,000, okay, that's what he spends on cognac. Okay, and so that's why it's not the absolute amount of money. It's your sincerity and what kind of sacrifice you make when you make a donation or when you give. Okay. Yes, Wei Mao.
Dạ kính thưa thầy, dạ con tính nói mà thầy nói hết rồi. Tại vì giống như là người Việt Nam có cái câu là của cho không bằng cái cách cho. Thì con nhớ lúc con còn nhỏ đó thì con không có ba mẹ ở chung, con không có ba và mẹ con cũng không có nuôi con, thì gửi con cho 2 người khác nuôi, thì đó là ông ngoại bà ngoại con. Thì sau khi ông ngoại con mất giải phóng thì tới phiên con đi buôn bán với ngoại con thấy ngoại con lúc đó rất là nghèo, con không có tiền phải mượn tiền để đi mua đồ bán. Xong rồi nhiều khi con ngồi thèm đến nỗi một miếng chuối chiên mà cũng không dám mua, tại vì không dám ăn, tại vì phải để số tiền đó trả nợ mỗi ngày cho người ta. Nhưng mà lúc mà có một chút xíu tiền á, thì con nhận được cái cách cư xử của bà ngoại con. Có nghĩa là bà rất là nghèo, nhưng lúc mà về quê sau giải phóng thì còn có một chiếc xe đạp với một sợi dây chuyền trên cổ con thôi. Mà bà thấy tuy rằng không có nhà ở luôn mà sợi dây chuyền đeo trên cổ, Mà lúc mà bà thấy người ta không có nhà để ở, bà dùng số tiền đó đưa hết cho người ta để người ta cất nhà. Dạ, ở ngoài chợ có rất nhiều người nghèo, họ đến nỗi trái sầu riêng rất là mắc tiền lúc đó, họ không thể ăn được luôn, mà cả nhà con cũng không ăn được. Nhưng lúc ngoại con mua được một trái sầu riêng, bà xẻ ra hết cho mọi người ở đó ăn, mà bà rất là vui vẻ luôn khi mọi người ăn hết, bà không cần phải ăn. Vì thế cho nên con thấy rằng cái cách cho của mình là cái cách từ tấm lòng của mình thương người mà cho, chứ không phải do cái đồng tiền đó. Cho nên con học được từ bà ngoại con rất là nhiều. Có nghĩa là giống như thầy nói đó, không phải mình 1.000 với 1 đồng, hai cái nó khác nhau ở giữa cái tâm của mình. Thí dụ như bây giờ Việt Nam đang bị lũ lụt, thì hay là Trung Quốc hay bất kể nơi nào mà mình chỉ cần khởi một tấm lòng ít nhiều, mình chỉ gửi đến cho người ta, mình cầu chúc cho người ta được qua tai nạn khỏi, thì cái đó cũng là do tấm lòng của mình, gọi là của cho không bằng cách cho. Dạ, A Di Đà Phật. Dạ.
So true.
Yeah.
Hello, Master. I was about to talk about the issue, but I think Master already talked about all of this. So I just give an example. Like when I was in Vietnam, I remember that. So there's a saying that it's not about the amount of money that you give. It's about the way and how you give it. So I remember back in the day, when I was in Vietnam, at the young age, I don't live with my mom and dad. And my mom gave me to stranger, stay with stranger, is my adopted grandmother and grandfather. And at that time, my grandfather was very poor. He has to borrow money from other people and have to sell a lot of things. And even to the point that when I have a little bit of money, and I was very grateful for the fried banana, and I could not dare to get the money to buy it. I have to save up the money to repay what we owe. And so the way that my grandmother treated the poor and lowly is that there's one time we were so poor that I only have one necklace, golden necklace that I wear on my neck. And at that time, she saw that other people doesn't have a place to stay, so she used all of the money accumulate from that necklace, and she give them to others so that they can build a house. And at that time in Vietnam, we were so poor that to the point a durian is very expensive, seems to be very expensive for a lot of people. And when she has a chance to buy one durian, she split that and share equally to everybody around. And to the point she herself did not even have a taste of it, but she's very happy. And that is the mindset that I have learned from my grandmother back then on how she extend her kindness to others. Just like Master say, it's not about $1 or $1,000, but so it's about the way that we give to others. Also, right now, that Vietnam has a typhoon going on, and even though we here might not have much, but then we can just, with a little bit, we can just give and to the people that are suffering there, and therefore it is about the way that we give, not about how much money that we can give.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to share some good news with you. Okay, we have 4 our disciples that Jung just drove to the airport last night. Right? Is it last night? The night before last night, to fly to Vietnam. Okay? And I think they're going to sacrifice everything to help with the flood. Go, people. Did you hear right? Jung, is that what they told you? 7.
Yes, Master.
See, I have a witness.
I asked them that they cancel the trip to Hanoi, that where the
flood,
the flood, and been damaged by the hurricane. They said, yeah, they did not cancel that. They still go there and support the local.
Spend money?
Spend the money.
No. You're supposed to abandon it. That doesn't count. I'm thinking more in the terms of, instead of spending money on the hotels and food, let me go hungry and live in the outside and save the hotel money to give to the victims. Whose side are you on? Okay. One more comment is that when I first started learning about Buddhism, Master Shua used to tell stories of someone giving one rag and he gets the king's attention, and then he got, gold and stuff like that. Okay? You remember the couple who was so poor that they only have one rag that they have shared among themselves, between the two of them. So one would go out to beg and wear the rag, okay? And then she comes back, that's when he goes out. So they take turns, okay? So one day, yeah, it's true. This is a true story. This is a true story. Buddhist stories are all true, except for the stories here. Okay? So one day, they saw a monk walking by, begging for food, okay? And the monk was so poor that he was naked, I think. So he walked by, and the guy was home, okay? This is very delicate. It's not a woman home, it's a man home. So look at the monk and said, Venerable, I think you could use my piece of cloth. I said, no, I'm used to it. And he goes, no, you should, you should. and you should wear some cloth. So he took out his cloth, and he gave it to the monk. So the wife came back and gave him a spanking. You stupid woman, stupid husband. How are we going to go beg for food now? Okay? So anyway, and the king heard of that story. So the king thought, that's what a virtuous person who's willing to sacrifice his most precious thing to give away. Okay? And the king bestowed gold and, and money and food and everything to this couple. It never happened in America. Only in India. Okay? Anyway, so don't expect any reward. 5, regret. What's regret? Why is it bad? Yes, too. Speak about your regrets.
Okay, Master, I'd say regret is bad if you keep it and harbor it and you don't forgive yourself.
Don't forgive yourself. Unhealthy. Anyone else? What's regret? Why is it bad? Very subtle. Yes. 5.
Whatever you regret, you keep thinking more and more, and you become more attached.
Okay. Yes, 6.
I think the regret means you dwell on the past. You don't look forward.
Can't let go. Very good. Anyone else? Very subtle here. Regret comes from, you never guess. If you guess right, I will give you $5. The rest, if I make a profit today, I will send it to the flood victims. This is when we do fundraising, boy. Yes, Wayma. What is regret?
Master, I read book on this. It was say that if you do good thing and then later on you regret about the good deed that you did, that is the regret that they're talking about.
Isn't that stinginess? Why is it called regret and not stinginess?
No, this is the act that after you did the good deed already, later on you regret about the good thing that you did.
Okay, so it's later. Okay?
Yes.
Anyone else? Yes. DTT.
Hello, sorry. Hello, Master. I think regret comes from depression.
Depression?
Yes.
Yeah, possible.
마스터 하나 더 있어요. DTT. 제 생각에 후회는 탐심이 그 베이스에 깔렸다고 생각합니다. 탐심이요. 탐심.
I think the basis of regret is greed.
근데 마스터 네. 그리고 제가 좀 질문은 제가 후회를 잘 안 하는 건 교만한 건지 제가 좀 후회를 좀 잘 안 하는 편이어가지고 네.
Master, I don't regret often. Is it because I'm too arrogant?
Yeah, you're arrogant, but that has nothing to do with regret. It's another problem you have. Anyone else? What's a problem with regret? 5.
Thank you, Master. I think regret comes from the ego.
Big ego. Regret. Is because, like a good song, you can't put it down. You can't let go. It's a lot more damaging than you think. You view anything you cannot let go, okay? Okay? Whether it's like a refrain from a good song that comes up in mind, okay? And it's the opposite of that is regret. It sticks in your mind. Okay? That the regret here comes from the calculating mind that cannot let go. Okay? I regret I didn't buy into that stocks. Now it's going through the roof. I regret, I didn't have any children. Now it's too late. I told you so. 4 kids. No one listens to me. You will regret. Okay, sleepiness. Okay, sleepiness. A lot of people meditate, experience sleepiness. Okay, and sleepiness. Usually, the sleepiness is underlying sleepiness is. Why it's so hard? So many people feel sleepy when they meditate. Yes, DTT.
Hello, Master. I'd like to ask a question that is within this topic slightly, but not directly related to sleepiness.
Sure,
May I
go
ask
ahead.
the question?
Yeah, most early questions are pretty stupid, but go ahead.
So I have just started meditating recently. I came to the temple 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, don't believe everything Xienan tells you. Go ahead.
And I've been meditating in full lotus. So far, I can only meditate for 20 minutes at a max every day.
Full lotus or zero lotus?
Full lotus.
Whoa, 20 minutes in 2 weeks?
It's very difficult for me to
Wow.
sit in the position of lotus.
2 weeks, 20 minutes. You're going to become enlightened in no time.
So my question is about meditation. I've been meditating for 2 weeks now, and I've noticed that recently, after meditation, I don't feel it so much immediately, but the next day when I wake up, I feel really, really angry in ways that normally I don't feel. And I was wondering if you could tell me why that is, or is there something wrong that I'm doing within meditation?
You got angry the next day, right?
Yes.
Okay, which country are you from originally?
Ukraine.
That's why. It's so obvious. Shouldn't even have to ask a question.
So my concern was because to me it's very uncommon to feel that level of anger, especially
after you wake up, and especially, right?
When I wake up, normally I'm really in a good mood, but this was also, even if somebody made me angry for a reason, I wouldn't feel that level of anger. This is why I was very surprised, because I expected to feel peaceful after meditation, and I woke up with such rage for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, that's very unusual. We usually wake up and feel very happy. We don't feel angry at all. Ching! Anyone can help out? I have no idea. I have no problem with anger. I'm never angry. Huh? Why do you think it happened? Especially after you wake up, it's strange that she has this burst of anger. Okay, you usually are not that angry, right?
No, normally, even if somebody makes me angry, I would not feel that way, and it's very unusual for me to sort of have such strong emotions for absolutely no reason.
Mm-hmm.
As it seemed, there was absolutely no issue with me or previous days. There was no reason for me to be angry or be...
no reason at all?
Well, the way I see it, I had a good morning, my job is going well, I wake up in this beautiful house, I had good sleep, there was nobody that woke me up and, I don't know, made me angry.
My orange-faced president is threatening to cut off the aid to your country. Doesn't it make you angry?
Yes,
it makes you angry.
I wouldn't necessarily say that I get affected by the news as much. There's a different way that I cope these days.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been, this summer I went back because I don't live in Ukraine. I went back as a volunteer to help people that suffered bombings in the capital of Ukraine.
Does it make you angry to see so much suffering unnecessarily?
It makes me upset more than angry.
Upset?
Yes.
What's the difference between upset and angry?
So when I'm angry, I feel like I could break things, I could shout at people, but when I'm upset, I am really to myself and I feel more like crying and not talking to anybody.
Yeah. There's so much suffering that makes you upset. I see the difference. Okay, take it easy in our microphone, please. Okay, so one day you woke up and you got angry. I have no idea why, to be honest with you. It should be a passing thing. It will not, what you do is you recognize your anger, okay, and don't pay attention. Don't do anything, okay? It's like meditation. When you have a state like that, you ignore it. Now, in general, after you learn meditation, you learn now your body is you have more inner energy, if you will. When you meditate, the chi flows stronger inside your body, which means that you have a lot more energy. So everything is magnified. Your joy is magnified. You enjoy a little bit more than before, and also at times, like the anger is also much more intense. That's very natural when you make progress. Okay, and so it's a good thing. If you told me that you never been this angry before, that means that she's able to have so much anger energy, a lot more than before. That means she has a lot more energy than before. That means it could come out in form of anger, could come out in a form of joy, could come out in a form of energy for you to work. Okay? So right there is a good thing. So the main thing is what you need to learn is those negative emotions, don't act upon them. That's all. Okay? I would not worry. It's a good thing. Okay? Good luck to you. Yeah. Where were we? Sleepiness. Why are we sleepy when we meditate? Master Srinath's disciples have a lot of sleepiness issues. Okay? And for them, it's some karmic obstructions. But sleepiness here, to me, is associated with your inner desire to seek comfort, to be comfortable. I don't know about you, when I meditate after a while, you get tired, and it feels good when you just lie down and the peace, the sleep is so peaceful. No? It's fun. Okay? You can easily become attached to it. Restlessness. You worry too much. Okay? Because we have so many causes for worries. Children, look at that. Now he sits still for the last hour. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't it make you worry? Something is wrong. Look at that. I know. Okay? So you worry. We worry so much. Okay? And it's usually associated with what? Depression, folks. Especially in our times, it's depression. That Ukrainian lady there, yeah, a little bit of that. Okay? And then 8th, sloth and torpor. Okay, what's sloth and torpor, XX? Would you care to comment on this? You feel so sluggish, you know? All right, and wrath is your anger, of course. Your anger, once you get angry, it's very difficult for you to let go. And finally, hiding. Fu is not just hiding, but covering up. If you cover up, usually because you did something pretty naughty, and that's when you cover up. And when you cover up, you do it again. And that's why it's very difficult for you to let go. You cover up, you're bound to do it again. You want to do it again. That's why it binds you. The covering up act binds you. Questions and comments? Yes, sir, too.
Master, the hiding, does that relate to regret? Because it's like denial and then sliding back to regret.
No. Hiding or covering up is driven by the desire not to be discovered, for others not to know. Apparently you don't have that problem. It's usually a woman's problem. Just kidding, you are so sexist. Anyone else? Okay? All right. Next 115. The mind constantly dwell in peace and unobstructed liberation.
心常安住，无碍解脱。
Okay. Commentary slide 116. See, according to Master Sutra, he says, and this Master Sutra is his explanation so insightful. He says, the Bodhisattvas practice the 3 contemplations. We learned about this before. If you want to become enlightened, this is what you need to do. When you're ready, you have to go through these 3 phases of contemplation, where you contemplate emptiness, mundaneness, and middle way, in that order. Okay? Only when it's time. Whether we do tell you explicitly, I had to go through that myself explicitly, okay, because I had no guidance. So these are the principles, the procedures that you can follow when you don't have a good no advisor. Okay, so that's why when you reach this milestone, that's when you start to do the 3 contemplations. For your reference, in the future, whether you do yourself or you go through this process, everyone has to go through this process, whether explicitly or implicitly. That's the only way for you to become enlightened. This is Buddhist technology. Okay? Each school does it differently, have different pathways, but the same thing. They have to do the 3 contemplations of emptiness, mundaneness, and middle way. Let me explain to you very briefly. Okay? Emptiness, what does it mean? You drop things. You contemplate, you say, what's the big deal? Drop it. You don't need a reason. Drop it. That's all. So you learn to drill that, okay? You learn first, take $20, drop it. That's all you do. Drop, drop, drop. You got it? Okay, very good. Now we understand each other. So you emptiness meaning that you drop things you cannot drop. All right? Yes, you too.
Hi, Master. Is it okay if we go back to the previous
Absolutely.
subject about giving? Miguel, he commented on YouTube, Emitofuo Master, on the topic of giving. Can Master please comment on this quote from a sutra?
Of course.
Good men among all alms, giving fearlessness is the foremost. I say that the 5 great alms are the 5 precepts because they relieve sentient beings of 5 fears. These 5 alms are easy to give because one can give them freely without expending one's wealth.
Repeat that.
You mean the sutra part?
Which sutra?
I'll ask him.
Okay, continue.
Thank you.
See, you have to quote properly. Each sutra has a different purpose. Okay, so that's why the depth of the teaching is different. But go ahead, continue. What sutra says?
Good men among all alms, giving fearlessness is the foremost.
Of all what? All alms? Like
alms?
Huh?
ALMS, alms?
ALMS.
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 Alms, sorry.
Alms. Yeah. All alms. Like
all alms.
Like water PK 9, and you guys don't know what that is. Machine gun, bazooka, arms.
No, not that one. No.
No, not that.
No, not arms. It's alms.
Arms.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Did I say
Okay.
right?
Continue.
Among all alms, giving fearlessness is foremost.
Okay.
I say that the 5 great alms are the 5 precepts because they relieve sentient beings of 5 fears. These
Okay.
5
Got it.
alms. Oh, and he said it's from Sutra of the Upasaka precepts.
Upasaka precepts. Ah, okay. I read it a long time ago. I forgot now. Okay, so I can't answer that. Okay. That sutra there explains the 5 precepts. the Dharma of cultivation for lay people. Okay, and lay people, they go upasaka because they observe the 5 precepts. Okay, so when you observe the 5 precepts, there are certain really advantages. Okay, in doing that. But you don't have to take it literally. Let me explain to you in general what the Buddha is talking about. What he's talking about is he's preaching about giving of fearlessness. And he says when you keep the 5 precepts, you actually are giving fearlessness. Okay? And he says the premise is that when you give fearlessness, that's number 1 in giving. And he does that all the time. Buddha says giving money is number 1. And then some days giving Dharma is number 1. And now in this sutra is giving fearlessness is number 1. And the Buddha is sometimes very wishy-washy, if you will. Okay? But it's okay. Okay? Who am I to complain? Okay. So you see, it depends on who he talks to. To the Chinese, he says, giving of Dharma is number 1. That's all they know. And the Vietnam people, same thing. Giving Dharma is number 1. And they all went crazy with that. Okay? And then for me, giving money is number 1. Let's be honest, okay? And here I'm learning is giving fearlessness is number 1. Okay. Now, he says, if you practice the 5 precepts, it's giving of fearlessness. Okay? So you keep the 5 precepts. Okay? Meaning that you don't kill. Then little beings don't need to be afraid to be killed. When they're young, the meat is very tender. Okay? So when you give, you don't kill, then you give fearlessness. People are not fearful in their lives. What happens is when you don't kill, you exude. When people have killing things, like you meet a Russian, for example, in Ukraine, they're there because they have this killing energy. Agree? It's not just Russian, but also the Israelis in the Gaza, because they're in a killing mode. So people don't realize that when they're like that, they exude this killing energy. That's very scary. So if you observe the non-killing precept, you don't have no such killing energy. That's why you're giving fearlessness. Okay? Number 2. What's number 2? Stealing. Okay? You don't steal. And then people are not afraid to lose their property. Okay? Number 3. No leo teo. Then people are not afraid to lose their spouses. You understand Lao Tao now, huh? There you go. I'm teaching Vietnamese. We are multi-ethnicity and linguistic community. Okay. And number 4, no lying. What are you not afraid of when people don't lie to you? I have no idea. I lie all the time, so. Pain? No pain? Okay, I buy that. Okay, no pain. Okay, well, you don't lie, you not be afraid to be scammed. You're not afraid to have pain. Okay. Number 5, no drinking, no intoxicants. Guess what? What are you afraid of when people drink? Accident. There you go. I agree. Easy. Okay? But let me tell you one tip that's not mentioned in the sutra for all of you. If you want to become enlightened, you need to practice giving of fearlessness as often as possible. Just insider tips. Okay? The Chinese don't explain it, Vietnamese don't explain it, Korean don't explain it. Okay? If you don't plant the seeds of giving of fearlessness, you're going to struggle so much on your path to enlightenment. Okay? Very good. So three contemplation, going back to slide, oh my God, it's almost time, 116. Three contemplation, emptiness. Emptiness meaning that everything is empty, so you drop it. There's no need for a reason. That's why the contemplation here, see, one text you need, pay attention. Contemplation emptiness is that whatever you have here that's making you afflicted, drop it. That's all you do. You don't need a reason. Don't try to argue. Don't try to come up with a reason like people usually do. You feel depressed. Huh? You take this depression here, throw it out. That's all you do. And it's still there, you keep on taking it, throw it out. Throw it out. That's emptiness contemplation. Got that? It's an attack on the depression. Your depression, by the way, they come in here and they say, feel bad to you. So what do? What most people do is say, yeah, I'm feeling bad. Yeah, I'm feeling bad. Oh, I'm feeling so bad. I'm teaching you. You want to make me feel bad? I grab you by the head. I throw you out. Okay? That's emptiness. When you succeed in doing this, then you contemplate mundaneness. After you succeed in doing mundaneness, then you contemplate middle way, then you become enlightened. Most Buddhists don't know this. That's how you can dwell in peace. You want peace, you need to do three contemplation. What does it mean? That bodhisattvas can dwell in peace. You want to experience real peace, okay? You have to practice the three contemplations. Yes, 4.
Master, could you explain using the example of depression? What is the mundane and middle way to apply on depression?
No, depression you deal with emptiness. You don't deal with mundane.
Okay.
Mundane, you embrace it. Mundane is that you embrace everything. Emptiness, you throw out everything. Mundane, you embrace everything. Someone comes to you and say, hello, ugly. You say, hello. Hello, beautiful. Hello. You embrace them all. Your wife comes to you and say, come home. Okay. Why can come to bed? Can I think about it? Yes, 4.
So what I mean is that for someone who is depressed, do they embrace the depression at the second level, or it's just not relevant anymore?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Emptiness is you show your strength. You learn to throw it out. Okay, it's like you throw the weight in Olympics. You see, that's emptiness. You throw it out as far as you can. You hear? Okay. After you can do this, they can no longer affect you. That's when you say, now I don't have to throw you anymore. I can play with you. because I can throw you out anytime. Like someone, I taught someone, one of my disciples, I said, I want to punish her. I asked him, how many times you need to kill someone? He says, once. He says, then wouldn't you want to wait? Play with her a little bit before you kill her? That's the spirit, emptiness and mundaneness. Emptiness, I can kill you. I will learn, I practice how to kill you. Okay? You cannot mess with me. But once you master it, then you say, you don't know what I'm going to do to you. Okay? That's mundaneness. Isn't that cool? You wait and see, basically. You wait and see. You think you're winning? I will kill you. Okay? That's why instead of being fearlessness, they become afraid of us. You think we're afraid of them? No. We make them afraid of us. Okay, I'm calm. And middle way is that you never know. Sometimes I'm empty, sometimes I'm filthy. You don't know. Okay, that's a middle way. It's the most scary thing. It's like your husband. Someday he's sweet to you, someday he's cold as ice. Fire and ice. That song? Fire and ice. Never mind. Finally, unobstructed liberation, just for your reference, great Shastra of wisdom says, among all liberations, unhindered liberation is the greatest. And we'll continue next time around. Thank you, everyone. I probably take a break for a few weeks, so you're free to do a few weeks, whatever you want to do on Saturday afternoon, but don't get in trouble. Contemplate emptiness, mundaneness. Okay? Thank you.